useful thing was her pushchair.
Yes.
Because she was too big for a normal child-size buggy, so it just allowed her to be really comfortable. And we could do a lot more.
It's given us the freedom to be able to do things.
Yeah, and actually for us, her mobility car, because we've just been on so many adventures and done so many things which without a car for us we would never have been able to have done.
I think from a practical point of view though, in terms of equipment, it must be the suction machine.
Yeah. Really
In terms of keeping her secretions and her airways open.
Yeah. And at the moment now she's got bigger, her achiever bed is really the best thing that we've got in our house, because it's really comfortable for her and can change her easily. She's a bit difficult to lift and carry, so it makes life a lot easier for us now.
Most useful. Two things I'd probably say. Her Peapod chair was great. She had other chairs, lots of different chairs, standard, but the Peapod seemed to be more comfortable, more relaxed, more natural for Ruby. We had difficulties with the arms in some of the other chairs, so we loved her Peapod chair. The other one was the vibroacoustic body pillow, which was more of a sensory piece of equipment than a practical one. But Ruby loved lying on that. She was so comfortable. Sam would get on there with her, and she could hear the music and feel it. That was the big thing for Ruby, to feel it through that cushion, and that was one of her favourites.
We got a lot of things.
For me, I would say a bath aid for Hope. That was a godsend, because trying to hold a baby with no inner core strength and trying to wash a slippery child and trying to get that child out of the bath has been second to none. And also I find her Peapod very, very useful. It gives Hope another perspective to look around the room and to see things from a different height. So yeah, that's been very, very useful.
For Emily, actually one of the biggest problems she has are her secretions. We've used various ways on controlling it. So when we got the suction machine, at first we rarely used it, it kind of sat in its box, but over time it's become one of the most important things. It really helps us maintain the fact she's healthy, she isn't getting chest infections or anything, and you grow to use it and you grow to realise actually how important it is. And at first it is a bit of a worrying piece of kit to use, but then it becomes second nature. And then, you know, when a child coughs, use the suction machine, and it makes such a huge difference. Rather than have them coughing and spluttering all the time, we can just help them get rid of their secretions, and then they'll be very comfortable.
I think another very important piece of equipment is the wheelchair. Obviously, they're just special prams. Emily was in a regular high street pram for longer than most children, because we have a younger child, so we have them in a double buggy, and we had to adapt it in several ways. And now we've had this pram for a year, and she's very comfortable in it, and we use it in the house as well. And we can go anywhere with her, so that's really good. We can go on trains, taxis, cars, and so as soon as they start to need more support when sitting, it's a very important piece of equipment to get. It helps with their general health and you getting around and giving them experiences.
I think at first actually we were resistant, lots of other families were, about actually having the wheelchair, because you know they're going to look different in that chair. Well, they do, because they're in a wheelchair and they obviously have a condition that requires it. But it's so, I wish we'd actually got one earlier, because I think she would have benefited a lot more from before, because we use it for everything. We use it in the house, as you're saying, as a seating solution and things. So it's definitely something you should consider as soon as you can, really, because it will make a big difference.